1440p is shaping up to replace 1080p as the mainstream resolution. For my number one spot, there were a lot of candidates from this generation and the last generation from all three GPU manufacturers, AMD, Intel, and Nvidia. We're seeing tremendous competition and value at the $500 price point. The RX 7800 XT is the best value new generation GPU released yet from either Nvidia or AMD, and the specs and performance show for it. VRAM is one area that has become quite a concern for gamers, as 10 gigabytes is barely cutting it for 1440p gaming these days. Thankfully, AMD has equipped the RX 7800 XT with 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM, so even the highest quality assets can easily be loaded without any performance loss. Also, over the past few generations of GPUs, I've noticed that bus widths have started to shrink to make the GPUs more energy efficient, and while the 256-bit bus on the 7800 XT looks narrow, both AMD and Nvidia have increased L2 or L3 caches on their GPUs to compensate for this exact concern. Thanks to the substantially bigger L3 cache and fast GDDR6 speeds, the RX 7800 XT has an impressive 624.1 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. Taking a look at the Sapphire Nitro Plus RX 7800 XT, it is a massive 3-slot card with a triple fan configuration. The Sapphire Nitro Plus cards have one of the smartest fan designs because they're easy to remove in case you need to clean or replace them. The entire PCB is cooled with a full array aluminum vapor chamber and a massive RGB strip on top of the card, which may be a tad flashy for some people. Taking a deeper look at the PCB and cooler itself, the Sapphire Nitro Plus 7900 Xtx stays cool at sub 60 degrees Celsius temperatures. The PCB has fuses that protect the entire card in case of a power surge that could potentially destroy it. When compared to the RTX 4070 for gaming, the RX 780 XT offers slightly better performance for around $100 less. Even in heavy titles like The Last of Us, Hogwarts Legacy, and Cyberpunk 2077, the RX 7800 XT can give 60 plus frames per second at 1440p maximum settings. It will lose to the RTX 4070 when ray tracing is turned on because Nvidia has a clear advantage in that regard. Still, AMD is improving on that, and the RDNA 3 based GPUs offer a massive improvement in ray tracing compared to RDNA 2. The RX 7800 XT is also the perfect choice if you want to play esports titles at 1440p, 144Hz or higher. The card has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM, which means that if it came down to needing more VRAM, the RTX 4070 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM would start to struggle and would require reducing settings to compensate. RX 7800 XT is a very high quality card, and it's hard to criticize Sapphire in any way for its excellent cooler. My only nitpick is that compared to the reference design by AMD, it is a significantly larger card, and instead of taking advantage of the size, Sapphire did not add more ports at the back. Even one more HDMI port would have been great. In conclusion, if you need the best overall GPU for 1440p gaming, then there is no better deal than the AMD RX 7800 XT, and Sapphire's Nitro Plus is the best variant in the market. I predict that if Microsoft or Sony refresh their consoles to a pro lineup, their performance will be in line with this GPU. To sum up, what I like is the excellent cooler design and the uncontested raster performance for the price. On the downside, it missed an opportunity for extra ports despite its large size. Our rating for PCB design is 9.5 out of 10. Aesthetics and cooler design, 8.5 out of 10. Value for money, 8 out of 10, for an overall rating of 9 out of 10.